History of Labuan Bajo, an exotic natural tourism destination with Komodo. The history of Labuan Bajo comes from articles written on the Indonesiajuera.asia website. Let's look at it together. History of Labuan Bajo from past to present. You should know that this natural tourist island has quite a long history. Starting from its discovery by European explorers, to its development in the hands of the Indonesian government. Therefore, let's look at the story behind Labuan Bajo below. 1. Migration destinations of various ethnicities. Its history begins with the journey of various ethnic groups who crossed the sea before they landed on this island. Would you believe that some of these groups of people came from outside Indonesia? They come from far away places. There are even ethnic groups who come from Madagascar. The Bajo people from the Sulu Islands, Philippines, are one of the ethnicities that have migrated most to Labuan Bajo. However, they slowly experienced cultural acculturation with the local community, including the Bugis, so that they became close. For hundreds of years, this island slowly grew and developed. Finally, from the acculturation of the Filipino Bajo tribe with local indigenous communities, the name Labuan Bajo was born. The word Labuan in their language means a place to anchor or anchor a ship. 2. Indonesian pirate harbor. Can you imagine that this island was once a pirate nest? This is no joke, because a group of pirates from the Bajo, Ilocano, Tobolo, and Sulu tribes were based on this island in 1795. This is the history of Labuan Bajo, which is rarely known by our people and tourists. Then in 1823, the pirates raided the Manggarai area in the north of the island of Flores. From there, this gang finally made a new headquarters around South Kalimantan. So, they could ambush ships sailing to Makassar or Ujung Pandang. 3. Colonization by colonialists. Next, the history of this island continues to the period of colonization by the Portuguese and Dutch and their missionaries. The VOC organization from the Netherlands in 1667 succeeded in winning the war against the Goa Kingdom and took control of Labuan Bajo. The Dutch East Indies colonial government only managed the administration of this island legally in 1907. 3 years later, a soldier named Stijn van Hensbroek led an expedition to track down the whereabouts of the Komodo dragons. As soon as the Japanese colonialists entered and controlled Indonesia in 1943, Labuan Bajo Island automatically passed into Japanese hands. However, after the proclamation of Indonesian independence in 1945, the local people of Labuan Bajo lived peacefully without interference from any colonialists. 4. Labuan Bajo as a UNESCO World Heritage. Now, after Indonesia's independence, Labuan Bajo Island has returned to our hands as its legal owners. Because Indonesia has designated this island as a World Heritage Reserve, local and foreign tourists can learn more about the history of Labuan Bajo. The international organization UNESCO was the one who established World Heritage status in 1991. Together with Komodo Island, the Indonesian government enshrined this island as a Komodo conservation center and natural tourist attraction. Do you understand the history of Labuan Bajo? That is a brief explanation regarding the history of the natural tourist island of Komodo, whose charm is very global. Want to go on holiday to Labuan Bajo to see the Komodo dragons up close? Don't forget to pay attention to all the visiting rules so you can make your holiday more enjoyable.